On the 13th of April 2025, 7-year-old Xuanyi GENG nearly breaks a barrier all cubers have been wanting to break. But after this world record from Xuanyi, we don't know which method is actually better, and now it's battle for whoever gets the first sub-3 single. And after this, it's pretty much impossible to tell who's going to get the next world record and which method they're going to use to break it. So, first method we have is CFOP. So CFOP stands for Cross, F2O, OLO and PLO, and each letter stands for a step in solving the cube with CFOP. This method is mainly used by Masahiro Inaba and YIHENG. So, to start it off, we need to make a cross on any side of the cube. So let's just... So we made a cross. Then the next step, F, which stands for F2O. So we have these 4 1x2 slots in the cube, which we have to solve all 4 of them. And the next step is OLO, which stands for orientation of the last layer. So that means we have to get all the pieces on this last side and make them all face the top. And we can do this by doing one of 57 cases. And next is permutation of the last layer, or PLO. And we can recognize all of these last pieces and permute them all in the right place with one of 21 algorithms. So the next method, which is mainly used by Timon Koloshinsky and Xuanyi GENG, ZB. So this method starts off the same as CFOP. So we make a cross, we solve F2O, then instead of solving the last pair normally, they do one of around, I think it's pretty sure it's from around 400 to 800 algorithms to orient the cross to the top. And then we solve the rest with one of over 400 algorithms, which I do not know because I'm not Xuanyi or Timon. But what shocked people the most is because usually ZB is more known for its consistency rather than its fast solves, whereas on the other hand, CFOP is known more for its faster solves but less consistent times. So people were expecting Xuanyi to get a world record average, not a world record single. So the question arises whether ZB is only good for consistent times or is it good for fast as well as consistent times, and did Xuanyi just get lucky? But we will only come to know when the first sub-3 single comes. So do the scramble on screen here and pause the video, because I'm going to go straight into the reconstruction to end off the video. So Xuanyi does yellow cross, but interestingly, he holds the yellow center on top. So to start off the solve, Xuanyi does a wide L2, and this pairs this edge to go in one move. So he does this, and you can do an F to solve the pair, and that leaves this cross in a situation where you can do an R and an L prime, and that leaves you with this pair and this pair. And Xuanyi is a smart kid, and he sees in inspection that if he just does a L prime, U prime and R, it pairs this together. As well as this, you can insert this without any rotations. But he sees if you insert it with an L2, you can form this pair. Here, that can easily be also inserted without any rotations. And if you're experienced in cubing, you can tell that this pair will break up whilst inserting this. And bearing in mind, Xuanyi inspected all of this in just 5.5 seconds. And then we have this pair. And usually Xuanyi uses a ZB method, and that means he'll have to do a ZBLS case to solve this pair. But doing the normal solution leaves the cross on top anyways. And then Xuanyi can recognize that this ZBLO is just a standard algorithm with a U to AUF. And that, ladies and gentlemen... Okay, so the video got cut off, but what I was going to say is that, ladies and gentlemen, left Xuanyi GENG with a 3.05 world record. The first ever world record that has been broken with a method other than CFOP. And comment down below what method you think is going to be used for the next world record.